Have you ever wanted to dine with your favorite Disney characters? Today we are talking all about character dining at Disneyland Resort and some of the best and not quite best options available.
You're listening to Castle Talk Radio. We're live on the airwaves with Becca and Jessica. Now let's jump into this week's episode.
All right, so Jessica, character dining. We love a good character dining meal. And between the two of us, we have tried every single regular character dining meal that there is. But then Disney can't keep things simple so that we can be like, we've done them all. They've also started adding a bunch of seasonal extras. So we're going to talk about all today and say what we think is the best value and what ones maybe we would like to try that are coming up. So let's just jump right in and get to it. Why don't you explain what character dining is to start for everyone?
Well, you have your meal, and usually it's a buffet style. And while you're eating, different characters will roam the restaurant and visit with you at your table. So you can have interactions, you can take pictures, and you can enjoy this meal. So we've got breakfast, brunch, and dinner options. And there are different places throughout the resort. So depending on where you're going, you might need a park ticket, you might not. And these also come at a premium price. So prices do vary, but I say to plan on spending about or at least $50 per person for your meal.
Yeah, actually, that price has gone up.
Right, but I'm considering in like kid pricing and adult pricing, so depending on that where you're at, but
Okay.
it's going to be at least $50.
It's at least $50 per person. In fact, I personally say plan on $75 per person as far as adults.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
Especially dinner, because it just, and the seasonal that we mentioned, when they throw in a little seasonal thing, they're going to throw in a seasonal pricing as well. So if you're looking on the Disneyland website, it gives you a price range.
Yes.
And that's why, because it's not always going to be the same.
Exactly. So just before recording this, about a week and a half before we're recording, they did raise food prices across the resort. And so I have not double checked. I forgot to double check while I was there, the signs of the one that has a sign to see if that went up. But just plan on it costing a pretty penny. But remember, you're getting as much food as you can eat at most of them. And you are also getting time with characters where you're not just standing in a line. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So I like character dining for those reasons I just mentioned. You don't have to stand in a line to meet characters. And most of the character dining includes the characters your kids are going to want to see, right? Princesses for the princess dining one. You've got Mickey and friends at a lot of them. You've got Minnie. And so I think it's a great way to get some of those characters out of the way. And those are usually the ones that are going to have the long lines inside the parks. So we're going to go through each one kind of quickly, but we'll talk about the pros and cons of it and give our overall review. So all except for one of the character dining experiences are outside of the parks and in one of the hotels. So those do not need a park ticket. However, breakfast with Minnie and friends at the Plaza Inn, I think that's the official name now. They've changed the order several times in the past, is inside of Disneyland Park. So in addition to the cost of the meal, you will also have the cost of a park ticket, and you must have a reservation to Disneyland Park for that day. Okay, this used to, see, here's a key word, used to be my favorite character dining location. You used to get like 10 to 12 characters during your meal at this place. And it also used to have really high quality food. I personally feel the food quality has gone. Oh, and it used to be really low priced, which helped make up for needing a park ticket. It used to be the cheapest one, but now it's right up there with the others, except for one. And so I don't feel it has a value. Less characters are out. The characters don't all get around because it is a very large area. so they don't always make it to your table. Your guaranteed character is Minnie Mouse, but we usually also see Tigger, Pooh, Chip and or Dale. And then sometimes this one I like that you see some more rare characters come out sometimes, like the fairy godmother might be there, Pearl, or I think Susan is the other one's name, which are the female mice from Cinderella.
So cute.
They are. And sometimes like I've seen Longfellow there from Pinocchio, the one of the ones
Mm.
that lures him, to be an actor. So I still like this one. It's just not my top pick anymore. What are
Okay.
your thoughts on this one?
I love Plaza Inn because it also has indoor and outdoor seating. When it's a nice day, it's great to be able to sit outdoors and your pictures are going to turn out so much better because you want those meet and greets and you want to have those photos with your kids and the characters, and that's the best one for photos by far. Um, and it is only breakfast, so you are going to be using up park time. If you do, try to get a later breakfast and then rope drop so you can do rides beforehand. I think that's the best way to go about doing Plaza Inn, but it is a great one. I actually wish they did offer more inside the parks. But having the options outside the parks is also great for your arrival or departure day.
Definitely. All right. So Jessica, you pick which one we will talk about next.
Okay, well, let's go over to the Grand Californian, where at Storytellers, they host two different character dining. So for breakfast and brunch, you have Mickey's Tales of Adventure. And for dinner, they now have Donald's Tales of Adventure. So these are two different ones at the same location. So you could choose from a breakfast or brunch with Mickey or a dinner one with Donald. And that is your standard setup. But during holidays, during different seasons, they do switch it up. So it might not always be offered, the ones that we're talking about now. Breakfast and brunch is fantastic. I think Storytellers has the best buffet options of food and variety. It's massive and the quality is really good. We used to go there for dinner a lot before it was a character dining, and I'm a little bummed because it was like a buffet and it was delicious. But now it's only character dining. So we won't get to sneak in there for like a low key dinner, but it's a very popular place for meeting Mickey and Minnie and then Donald as well in the evening. So if you are wanting some really good food, this is the one to do.
Yeah. And I don't know exactly when this episode will go live. So Donald's may not be there anymore. That one was introduced this summer. And I don't think before that they'd done dinner other than the holiday one, right? Because didn't they do the holiday one last? No, they didn't. So new this year, we have a holiday one that's going to be the
Yep.
Christmas Carol. And it's going to have Goofy as Marley, the
That one
ghost.
is going to be so popular. It's
Yeah.
going to go sell out so fast, I feel like.
Yes. So last year during the holidays, they did a pajama party in the morning. And they're doing that again, but Mickey's not the main character for it,
Right.
because of the fact that he's the main character for the Christmas Carol version. So that one is Daisy. So like we said, they're switching this up on us all the
Mhm.
time. I agree. It has the best food options, I think. Now, I don't know if this is still the case, and I didn't check when I was there, but I know 2 years ago when I was there, is that you had the buffet stuff, but they also had a secret menu that you could order from and your server would bring it to you. So
Ooh.
I need to check on that the next time I'm there, because if that's still true, like they would bring us little churro donuts and all these things that weren't on the main menu or like over at the buffet. So
Wow.
I need
And
to
if
check
you
that.
happen to be there during the time they switch over from breakfast to brunch, you're going to see new menu items come out as well.
Yeah, they'll have, so that's like our little tip is if you can schedule a 10:30 time on a day that they are doing brunch, um, then you will get that switch over during the time that you are there, which gives you a whole second menu. In fact, I was there recently with a lot of our creator friends and Getaway Today, and that's the exact time we had booked. And let me tell you, some of those guys were like, so excited when all the lunch food came out too, and they could have breakfast on one half of their plate and lunch on the other half, and it was great. Okay, so since we're doing like a breakfast dinner there, let's do breakfast and dinner, which has always been the case at Goofy's Kitchen. However, in the last year and a half, they have changed up the dinner where it's seasonal a lot of times. So the fall they'll have a Halloween seasonal type fall one, and in the holidays they have a holiday one, and spring they do like a Easter spring dinner type thing. And it's just basically changing the characters or the costumes the characters are in at night. But Goofy's Kitchen, this has been used to be the only one that offered dinner until the storytellers started doing it.
Right.
And what are your thoughts on Goofies? I want to know.
I think it's one of the most popular ones. I think a lot of people tend to go back to that one again and again. It's very lively, whereas like Storytellers is more of a chill vibe. I mean, at Goofy's, things are goofy and they're going to be dancing around. They're going to be using noisemakers. They're going to be doing all kinds of fun things. The menu is a little bit goofy, has tons of really good food, but it also has some things that are a little bit wacky, but very popular, like the PB&J pizza. They do have a buffet area that's like just for kids, and it's lower, and it has like their favorite things like fries and chicken tenders and pizzas and stuff like that. They also have the soft serve ice cream, which is a
Mhm.
favorite of mine. Goofy's is such a great introduction into character dining. It's just an easy place to go and have a good time with the characters.
Yeah, one thing I will say is it doesn't have as many characters as like Plaza Inn. Um, and one thing we didn't mention, both Plaza Inn and Goofy's Kitchen, you get a photo that is included with a character. So at Minnie's, it's Minnie. At Goofy's Kitchen, it's usually Goofy, but sometimes someone else will step in for him. But I find there's not as many characters, but at the same time, sometimes that's good because the kids get overwhelmed trying to eat and then these characters showing up and all this stuff. So I do kind of like that. And I do find though, because of the layout of Goofy's, sometimes the characters just don't make it over to your area. Um, so just be aware of that. But I love it. They also, if you are having a birthday and you're at Goofy's, they will
Mhm.
bring you a special surprise at the end and they might sing happy birthday for you. We have a whole episode about birthdays. And Jessica, you talked about someone that may not want happy birthday sung, but maybe they do after they go there. Um, it's inside of the Disneyland Hotel. I don't think we mentioned that. And so it's just kind of fun. Like you feel like it's classic Disney, I think.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
we love it. It's great. And it's about the same price as the other ones we've talked about. So we've saved the most
Premium.
expensive for last.
Mhm. For sure.
So let's go back over to the Grand, Jessica, because there is the most expensive, but also the most elegant
Mhm.
character meal.
Yeah, definitely. Um, so the last one that we've saved is the Princess Breakfast Adventures, and that one is over $100 per person. They really keep raising that one like a teeny bit here and there, and that includes the same price adults and children. So all the other ones you're getting a different price for children ages 3 to 9, but this one is everyone is that premium price point, and it is hosted in Napa Rose. Napa Rose is currently undergoing refurbishment. So if you are thinking about Princess Breakfast, I would wait until it's done. I wouldn't do it in their temporary area personally
What? You don't
because
want to go in the ballroom to eat over there?
I mean, I'm sure the ballroom is lovely, but Napa Rose is a different experience. And the way they've set up the Princess Dining is like you really do go through various parts of the experience from the entry room, doing different games and activities there, meeting with a princess there, to the main dining area where they bring out different appetizers on a tiered platter and different things. And then you move to the buffet and then you move to outside to go to a storytelling with the princess, and then you go and take your photo with the princess upon departure, and you get like a special gift. And they've just really made that an experience to make it something that is premium. And you're meeting with a ton of princesses who love to chat and talk with you and take their time with you. I think with all of the character dining, you really need to give yourself about 2 hours. Even if you're not eating that whole time, that is the time that it's going to take for the characters to make their way around to you. And this is supposed to be an elevated experience, all of them. So your price point is higher than just a regular meal, and your time commitment is longer. So, especially with the princesses, if you have a child that's not going to want to sit and enjoy the food in that one, I would wait till they're a little bit older.
Yeah. So we definitely see a lot of little girls going to this one after doing the Bippity Boppity Boutique, but boys will also enjoy it as well. So don't think that it's only for girls. They have knights and princesses and princes, and everyone is welcome there. I do think a lot of people like to, or they want to, have their daughter do the Bippity Boppity Boutique and then go, so that they're all decked out like a princess. But I just want to remind everyone that time wise, that can be challenging. So it might be something where instead you have a pretty princess dress for her or something like that that you can put her in, or there are services that you can have them come to your hotel room and do their hair and makeup and then put on a dress. So it's almost like the Bippity Boppity Boutique, just in your hotel room, so that you can be there for your dining time. So
Mhm.
definitely look into that if that's something you want to do. And like Jessica said, I think right now it's around 150 per person.
Yep, I did just pull it
So
up, and that is correct. And I think another thing to think about when we're talking about character dining, like, is the price point worth it? I mean, obviously, that is such a personal thing, but thinking back over my experiences and seeing that I like to do premium add-ons and extra add-ons to my Disneyland vacation regularly, kind of rotate through those. I've never gone to character dining and felt like that was a waste. I wish I didn't do that. I've always enjoyed it. I've always had a good experience with food, with characters. There's sometimes we've had to ask for characters to come around because we haven't seen them. So of course there's always like little things here and there, but I've never regretted spending that extra money on that experience. And again, it depends on who you're bringing with you, what their interests are, and things like that. But what about you, price wise?
for me, um, so I think it's still a little more than the other non-princess ones, but Storytellers has become my favorite. I just think the food level there is higher. And the only thing I don't like about it is the lighting is so awful. It's hard to get good pictures, and they don't offer a picture with the character. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one where you don't get a picture.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the food wise, and you get the main characters, which is a big thing for me because it saves us time elsewhere. So it's kind of like we're getting great food, we're really filling up, and we're not going to have to wait in line hour and a half to meet these main characters that always have long lines.
Yeah, totally. So I think it's something special to consider for your Disneyland trip. I don't think it's something you need to do every time, especially if you come frequently. If you come every year or once every couple of years, you might just do it like every other time if your kids are in those ages that they really enjoy meeting with the characters. Um, and even just throw it in as an adult's time too. Last character dining that I went to was almost a year ago, and we brought a huge group. I was with a family that I like popped in on. They were there for their reunion, and they absolutely loved it, and they were so glad that I recommended it to them, and everybody had such a great time. And that price point is premium, but they were really happy that they went and did it, and we did storytellers, so they were happy with it there.
Hey, and let's not forget, when you went to the princess character dining, you did it with our friend Leslie, who's part of one of the co-founders of Disney All Kids. Just the two of you, and you guys had a
Right.
great time. You were
Yeah, we totally did. Princess dining, that I think that would be really fun for like a girls' weekend bachelorette party. Honestly, I think that would be so fun.
That would be. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this little chat about the character dining at Disneyland. Let us know which one is your favorite, and we will see you real soon.